So today I decided actually in my short video to just share something that I do in my day-to-day food. um, just a routine, I guess, that I do in terms of the food that feels good to me. And I mean, sure, it's like, like I have this whole thing with, creating fermented ginger bug, and I have this prebiotic that I have with it, and then I take that probiotic, I take that ginger bug as a probiotic, just to help my gut health. And then afterwards, I showed in the video, I showed this sort of crunchy granola muesli mix that I do with like this quack. So mix that with some agave, and mashed banana mixed with the quack as well, and mixed berries as well. So this is all very like nutritionally healthy in the sense of what we are told is supposed to be good for the body, I guess. And I absolutely love it. I genuinely feel that if people genuinely feel that they feel drawn to this kind of food, that they should do it without a doubt. But I think ultimately what is more important, in my opinion, is to be able to eat that what feeds your soul. Of course it's feeding your body as well, but the body is housing the soul, right? The soul is the body is the temple for the soul, and so of course there is like a certain what is it? I guess you can call it conditioning, but I don't know what. I think there's a better term that is usually used for this. But that, of course, when you're feeding your body, or when you're feeding the body over a certain period, certain kinds of foods, it will start to get used to those kind of foods, and it will start to crave those kind of foods, right? So of course, at that point, your body may be then craving things that may be overall not as healthy for your body in that sense, and as people say, unhealthy or healthy. I guess, let's say, if you're eating French fries every day or whatever it may be. But the thing is, I think above all of that, I think before you start to go through a process of, let's say, cleansing the body to start to get used to different kinds of foods and all of this, I think the most important thing is that you are being truthful with yourself, that you actually want to do this. That this is your truth, that you feel, I feel called to do this right now. I feel called to do this kind of a cleansing because I want to be able to feed my body these certain kinds of foods that I feel will be more beneficial to feeding me as a being, not just physically, but my entire beingness. And so that's why I feel before you start going into any kind of process, it's first, okay, is this what feels true to me right now? Is this true to me in this very moment? Or do you feel right now, no, I do want to enjoy my cake or my pizza or my French fries. Hey, I still eat cake and pizza and French fries and all that stuff, It's just not something I eat regularly. It's sometimes I'll eat it here and there, because sometimes it just feels nice, to have it. But I notice for me, because I've gone through a certain process as well, that after if I were to eat like pizza, doner, French fries, burger, all these things. Although burger I could eat quite a lot of, to be honest. But if I eat certain foods for a prolonged amount of time, especially if they're like I think heavy in fats and like fried and all these kinds of things, I really do notice it. And I think probably for most people they notice it. But some people their body has gotten used to it, and that's fine. You know, I'm not saying you should stick with that diet because it might really cause some harm in the long run. But I feel before anything, be true to yourself. Be true to what you want right now in this very moment. You know, and if that means that you need some time or you want to still go through or still feel like, you know, this right now, I want to enjoy my cakes, I want to enjoy my pizza, I want to enjoy whatever, fried shrimps or I don't know, whatever, you know, whatever you're called to eat, you know, eat it, you know, just go through your process, go through whatever your process is, whatever it is that feels true to you right now. And I feel like when you are ready, you will seek the things that your soul is desiring for. But it's about being truthful right now in this very moment about, okay, what is it that my soul wants to go through right now? Maybe my soul wants to go through experiencing a certain kind of exploration, creative exploration, destructive exploration, whatever it may be, you know. And I think once we're truthful with that, we can sort of go through that experience, learn hopefully from that experience too, whatever the learnings are that we wanted to learn from that. And then the soul will, look for the next thing that may be calling to it. So just be truthful with yourself. I say this and I notice how often I'm not. I try to be as truthful as I can with myself, and I notice that very often I'm trying to be a certain way because I feel like, oh no, okay, I need to be this way so that I can be, spiritually enlightened, let's say. This is like my, okay, I need to get there, I have this goal. But if I'm really truthful with myself right now in this moment, there's certain things where I'm like, this is what I actually want, and maybe this is actually even more beneficial in this journey of enlightenment. Just to be truthful with that, to be like, no, I don't feel like doing this thing that might be seemingly on the outside more beneficial for my spiritual journey than, something else. So the more you can be truthful with yourself about these things, I think the more I feel probably the more you will help your soul figure out why it's here, or give your soul what it's come here to experience, so that it can feel at home in its temple. Something like that. Love you.